and welcome to Star Inside News, lovely people. Today we are going to share. Congratulations, Coco Gauff is the next Serena Williams who beat Sister Venus as a teenager, but secret to her US Open success is jolly. She has now become the US Open first title of the USA. American teenager Coco Gauff is living up to her billing as the next Serena Williams after reaching the US Open. After winning the US Open final on Saturday, the 19-year-old has sealed a place in her home tournament, showing peace will face number 2 seed Aryna Sabalenka. She beat Aryna Sabalenka in the US Open. Gauff is now just one win away from following in her idol Williams' footsteps by tasting US Open success while still a teenager, and it may prove just as special to her father Corey, who revealed it was 23 Grand Slam champion William who inspired his daughter to become of the tennis star of the future. Speaking to the source, he explained, "I think it was the Australian Open we were watching on TV when she was 4 or 5. She saw me jump up celebrating when Serena won, and she said, 'Daddy, do you like that? I want to do the same thing.'" While Serena may be the player Gauff is most often linked to it is her older sister Venus who was played the more significant role in her career. Gauff's journey to the top of her sport started at 7 when she moved to Florida from Georgia to pursue her tennis dream. A year later, she won her first international tournament and became the youngest girl to win a US Open final at 13-year-old. Her mainstream breakthrough came out 2 years after that when she entered Wimbledon as a wildcard entrant at rank 272. Gauff had to came through the 3 rounds of qualifying to reach the main draw, all while taking a science test the night before her matches. "I ended up getting a B on the team when she was pretty good considering I took it at 11 at night and I had to wake up the next day for a match," Gauff told source. "After my science test, I guess some of my teachers saw the interview," she added. "Before that, only one teacher knew I play tennis, and I don't think they knew I was pro. And now all of them except one know I play, and they are all cheering me on." Gauff has stunned the world by beating former champ Venus Williams 6-4, 6-4 in her Grand Slam singles debut in the first round. Despite that trump, Gauff is still waiting on her first Grand Slam 4 years later after admitting the hype around her took it toll. "Throughout my life, I was always the youngest to do things, which added hype that I did not want," Gauff wrote in a post for Behind the Racket in 2020. "It added this pressure that I need to do well fast. Once I let that all go, that when I started to have the result, I wanted it right before Wimbledon. Going back to around 2017 to 2018, I was struggling to figure out if this was really what I wanted. I always had the result, so that wasn't the issue. I just found myself not enjoying what I loved. I realized I needed to start playing for myself and not other people. For about a year, I was really depressed. Toughest year for me so far. Even though it felt like there weren't many friends. There were only me." When you are at that dark mindset, you don't look on the bright side of things too often, which is the hardest part. I don't think it had much to do with tennis. Maybe just about juggling it all. I knew that I wanted to play tennis, but I did not know how I wanted to go about it. It went so far that I was thinking about possibly taking a year off to just focus on my life. Choosing not to obviously was the right choice, but I was close to not going into that direction." Gauff has since refocused and has enjoyed the best spell of her career, having added Andy Murray's former coach Brad Gilbert to her camp, the world number 6 racket up title in Cincinnati and Washington, as is now poised for the historic tournament in her home Grand Slam. On her partnership with the 62-year-old, she revealed, "I was worried about being with the older person, to be honest, before I met Brad. He's older, but he still has the mind of like a 20-year-old, maybe even younger, a 10-year-old kid sometime. The guy has offered me Jolly Ranchers. I don't know if you knew this. My favorite Brad story is he played pretty much every match with a Jolly Ranch in his mouth. He is been giving me Jolly Ranches Ranchers all the time. I take them, but I don't eat them. At this point, I can't have Jolly Ranchers every 5 minutes, so that's my favorite Brad story, whatever the secret to her new form is. Gauff becomes only the second American not called William to win the US Open in the 2 decades. You can bet she will be a little bit more than jolly. If you like the video, kindly like, comment, share and subscribe.
Fuck